Good day and welcome back to my channel. So this is the second update, update number 2, I believe, on the Ecto V build. So actually I made some progress. I got the lighting pretty much done and run. What we've done is I've run the wiring up through to the up to the upper side, ran it through, stuck it along, and I don't think I took pictures, and this is one of the things I really need to get better at, and I will try. I didn't take pictures of running the wires down through here. I green stuffed them to the roof, then just dropped them down along the sides here. They shouldn't be visible through the front window, or at least too much, being that they're all blacked out. I did find that the draw on the wires, and this is me not being a good, not being all that comfortable with wiring an electrical engine, the electrical stuff, the resistance and so forth, which is something I do need to get better at. I found that when I hooked up the front and back lights to the same power source for the flashing lights stopped flashing. And I'm guessing it's because the backlights here draw too much. So what I'm going to do, and I actually like this better, is I'm going to have two separate power sources, one for the running lights and one for the emergency lights. So what I have is I've wired the emergency lights. So these are the emergency lights. What I did here was take the small little, the little tiny 1.8 millimeter lights that I have, and these did not come in the Voodoo FX kit. They came in. I bought these things separate. Come here. Come on. Here we go. So these guys. All right. So the cool thing about those guys is they're small enough to fit into these, which is the housing that these have. So what I did with these is I snipped off the housing, drilled a hole in the bottom, ran the leads down through there, and that's how they're mounted. And if we look closely, you'll see how that was done. And then just green stuffed around it. Did the same thing back here. If you'll remember me saying that to build Ecto 1, you'd need to do some mods. Ecto 1A has these upper mounts. So if you look here, bring this guy out of the way. Ecto 1A puts the second light bar up above on the whatever you want to call the thing on the roof. Ecto 1 had it mounted down here. This kit is not set to build or to mount this on the roof, but I did. So, and it's because I like the aesthetic. So mounted it there, green stuffed it, need to clean it up a little bit, and then again paint it with silver paint will be good. So the switch for what I did then, you can see I ran the wiring down underneath through here, brought it to this, and then I'm holding it, the purple and white is actually where all of these come together, and these are the leads that come out, and then I just mounted it to this housing, and I'll talk to you about this housing in a second. So those are the emergency lights, and as you can see, they flash, they look decent. I'm kind of content with them. What I may look up is blue clear glazing so that I can glaze these a little more. We'll see. But other than that, that's that. The second thing I will do is I'm going to power the main lights, the front, the back, and then those under lights. So if you saw the pictures of the 5th-Element cars, the underskirt had lights around that too. I'm going to mount lights there. All of those will power off of this, which is a CR3032 housing, and I think I have one. Here we go. So I picked up a bunch of these things a while ago, and they're small. They just drop right in there. They have a switch integrated into the thing. So, and I put it right up there, so it will go with the greebles. Ignore that; that'll get covered up. So what I will do is, if you notice here, wires and tubes and things go from the top down to the bottom. Now I have that assembly and I have that assembly. What I'm going to do is, we'll drop this bad boy over here, is I will just bring these wires down underneath, down, once I affix this, bring the wires down underneath this, and then drop it through here. And the only reason this is covered up is because I had to paint that, and then this is here. So these wires will come underneath here, come out there, which will then come there, drop down along the side, and go in next to here. So I'll have the blue cables that are this part. Well, the blue cables that are that part right there. And then we'll have these run alongside. I can do that. You know, again, I'm not looking for perfect fidelity because I'm going for a 5th-Element updated version. Now, back to this. So you can see I've got this wooden block underneath, and that power source is sitting there. The thing that was important to me was be able to change the batteries without a whole lot of grief, and I hate making doors. Making doors is a royal, yeah, it's annoying. So by mounting that there, that actually is about the bottom depth that I wanted for the underside of the car. Remember, the underside of the 5th-Element cars are kind of fat, and they have all the levitation and floaty greeblies. So what I've done is I have cut, as you can see, I've cut this sheet of basswood, balsa bass, whatever you want to call it. These, by the way, are the leads that go to, so all of the wiring, let me rephrase, let me go back a little bit. All of the wiring for the back lights and the front lights go right here, hook up to this, and these are the leads for that. So that will hook up, I'll take that up through here, and then, you know, so we'll connect. So now back to this. So this here is about the width and depth that I want to take that underside, that undercarriage, all of the floaty, flyy greeblies. So as you look at it from this side, you can see the side silhouette, what it will actually end up being, where I'm taking it. Be about that depth. And then I can put here a couple more of those front white lights, and then a couple more of the rear red lights, along with a little thruster mentality. Now, I'm not sure if the greeblies underneath, so what this does is, yes, I know that sticks out just a little bit, but it's just as easy to put a matching panel just out of 1mm Sintra to mate that up, and then just put greeblies on it, which is really where I'm going with this. You know, the whole bottom, what makes the bottom will be greeblies. Now the question I have is whether or not I'm going to do it like a, you know, nice and clean like the 5th-Element cars are, or if I want to take it an extra step and go dirty, grimy, grungy, sort of a makeshift add-on extra kind of thing. So haven't figured that out yet, but we'll see which way I take it. The car itself is going to be beat up, used, weathered, all that, because I want to. And I think it'll, again, I want to work on weathering white, which is actually, that's kind of what the goal of this project is, not only for the subject itself, but also to practice weathering white. I really like white armor, white cloth. So doing weathering and shading and so forth on white, so it doesn't have that, you know, toy white look. That's where I'm going with it. So that's the direction I'm going. That's where we are so far. Like I said, this is update number 2. We'll put that guy here. This guy's, once I clean these up and get those ready, that will sit there. I am waiting a little bit to install this. I mean, obviously I see the little turny thing, so I'm going to have to trim that, paint it, and put other greeblies over it. I have no idea how long that antenna is going to last. I may end up having to replace it too. But the cool thing, what I was thinking is, with all of the stuff that's up there, it's just as easy to put that there, and make it easily accessible for what we're trying to do here. You know, keep the batteries where I can get at them. This little guy drops right here. So, there's a whole bunch of the build here. So I can spend a lot of time sort of detailing this guy up and giving it a nice, fun look. And then that'll give me this. So that's where I'm going with this. This is where we are right now. And again, I apologize for not taking photos as I buttoned all this up. And I put this piece in here. I didn't need to, right? So, as you can see, since I'm covering it up, I really didn't need to put this here. But I did because it made a nice mount. It created a place to put everything and hold it. So that's why I did. And actually it ends up to where these pieces that are down here on the bottom hold that bottom plate pretty much at the level I want. For those who do the car thing and are really, detailing their cars, you can see the detail underneath and, what you would have to do to give it the realism that you want to go for. But for me, like I said, that's all going to go away, and it gives me a channel and places to run wires and hold them in place and give me, sort of the look I'm after. There's going to be a lot of puttying. This will all be freeform air, but it's really nice because now it will be, using that plate of balsa wood, it's a lot less than what I thought. So there we go. That's the update number 2 on Ecto 5. And I will, again, I hope this inspires you guys. That's the whole point of me making videos of this. Otherwise, I would just be doing it and taking pictures, and that would be the end of it. I hope this inspires you guys to try something new like I am. If I can give it a shot, pretty much anybody can. We'll figure it out. So thank you very much, and do share. Hey, show your stuff off because other people take interest in that. So thanks very much, and I will talk to you next time.